Welcome to episode 3 of Sip and Tell with M and L. I am your host, L.
Hi, I'm Mo.
And we're going to be talking about episode 3 of Married at First Sight. So in the last episode, we saw 2 weddings, and it kind of ended off with Noy and Steve. So for the wedding of Noy and Steve, you could tell they had an immediate attraction. His eyes lit up. He was really, really happy. And she was cheesing from ear to ear as well. Noy, she was very emotional before he even said his vows. You know, she just stood up there and she started crying. And like I said, I'm standing by it. She's just so emotional. But once again, it's not a bad thing. It's just, she cries a lot. She cries all the time. Hopefully, he can be the romantic partner she's always wanted, because she is a huge hopeless romantic. And I know some hopeless romantics, and that's, when it comes to relationships, they put their all into it. So I can see Noy being ready to put her entire heart into this relationship. So it's an automatic ship. I'm sorry, I use new words every single episode. So a ship is when you want 2 people together. You may even make them a couple name. So if you ship someone, you want and like their relationship. So you want them to be together. So I ship them.
I like that. And I like them. I was worried about the attraction that they might have, the physical attraction.
Yeah.
But it does seem like that worked out. They both did seem very smitten with each other. I thought the wedding was really nice and sweet. And I even liked that afterwards she kind of put the thing around him for her from her family heritage. So I really like those 2 together.
Very cultural. So it was a very beautiful moment. It reminded me of Bao and Johnny.
Except, yeah.
Bao and Johnny from last season, there was another Asian couple. They did a traditional Vietnamese wedding ceremony. And it was really nice.
It was.
And you know, seeing those cultural things, especially like the jump in the broom, putting the sash on, these are all beautiful things that we like to see. I do hope that Lifetime isn't hooking people up just on race, though. Like, I be eyeballing them. I'm like, why they gotta be 2 Asian? Like, why the Asian couple only with the Asian couple? Why is the black couple only with the... Y'all only mixed it up with what?
Lindsay was hoping this season, though. Lindsay was hoping to be that mixed race couple. I can tell.
They can mix it up. You could have shut it up a little bit.
But I think, though, with Steve and Noy, even though they both have an Asian background, I don't think they're from the same...
They're not. They're not from the same
like
ethnic
Johnny and
background.
Bao were.
They are definitely from different ethnic backgrounds when it comes to Asian identity, because Steve is actually half Asian, half white. And then you have Noy, who is from Laos.
Right.
So they definitely have cultural differences, which is also very cool, because, you know, there's a lot of culture in one household. So I love it.
It's awesome.
I love it. So the next wedding, Lord have mercy, put your hands on me, Alyssa and Chris. Alyssa and Chris.
Well, here's one thing I thought was really sweet was the letter that Chris wrote.
Oh, it was great.
To Alyssa. It was beautiful.
It was great.
You know, I didn't like, I mean, she was emotional about it, but that was because she
thought it was ugly.
Right. She had these ideas in her head about, you know, she wants a tall, tan, you know, she's really stuck on the physical attraction a little too much. But before the wedding, I thought that was really sweet that he sent her the letter.
Yeah. And so she was getting emotional, definitely, because she thought it was going to be from the man of her dreams. She made it very clear. She even said, oh, I hope he's hot. I mean, she said that over and over. His looks. He has to be cute. He needs to be tall. He needs to be tan. Maybe have a little scruff in his beard. He is tall. He does have a bit of a little tan.
You left off the most important thing.
What?
The teeth.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. He has to have teeth are so big to me. And you know what Lifetime did? Lifetime zoomed in on this man's teeth. This poor man.
I know.
And his teeth aren't god awful, but they're not straight white pearly teeth. They kind of go in.
I mean, it's fixable.
They're fixable. They kind of remind you of shark teeth, but he has a nice smile.
He does.
Because he has such a cute face.
Yes.
So
he's a kind face.
He has a very kind face. It's like you just want to squish it. So I didn't like the teeth. It's something that could be fixed. He has
right.
If you wanted to look at him objectively, you may not look at him twice. But he has so much potential. He's like one of those dudes. In 3 years, he gonna be buff, masculine. He gonna have a tat here and there.
Oh, please.
He gonna have a tattoo. He gonna have a tattoo. He gonna be on TikTok talking about. He gonna have Mike Jones playing in the background with his TikTok telling back then they didn't want me. No, they all owe me. That's exactly what he gonna do. But when it comes to his, he was very sweet in the way he talked. He said he sounds like he wants to be married. He said he's very monogamous. He gives his all in relationships. So he was when they asked him, even his friends asked him, what about her looks? What about this? I just hope she looks like my wife. That's it.
I mean,
he
that's
didn't
awesome.
He didn't even describe it. And I think he would have been happy with anyone.
But he was attracted to her.
But he was attracted to her.
He said, she's very pretty. She's beautiful. I could see that he really wants this thing to work. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but the shallowness was very
about
strong.
That later. Yeah, the shallowness, and I think her friends are fake too.
Yes, the friend group seemed very shallow. They just give off that vibe. So they have something called a vocal fry. A vocal fry is the Kim Kardashian talk. The whole Kardashian clan has the vocal fry. So the vocal fry is an actual thing, and it's when you go, yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely have that.
Like,
I've
it's
never
so
heard that.
good.
Yes,
like that is a vocal fry, and they talk like that, and I just wanted to rip my hair out when they spoke, because like I don't even watch the Kardashians, but Lord have mercy, it just why?
Right. They do. They seem like they want to be that too. The socialite.
They want to be
group,
that,
and she carries herself in that way. Which hey, nothing against socialites. I wish I was one myself, but I'm not going to go around acting like that. A little bit too much Housewives of Beverly Hills, right, for me. But yeah,
I do like to pretend sometimes that I am a housewife. I pour myself a glass of wine, and I'd be looking. I'd be looking around like, where was you? I don't know.
Okay, so that's your alter ego. That's your noisy.
That's my alter ego. You know how people sing in the shower. Y'all know y'all be putting on like 3 concerts in there.
I do.
So.
I do. Yeah.
So let me have my reality TV show moment too. If I had a friend on Married at First Sight, I would try to get my 10 minutes of fame.
And they are doing that. This girls is looking for a real hookup. Her and her friends, they're looking for the rich man to see them. They you know what they should be on? Marrying Millions. That's what they should be on. Not this show. But anyways, moving on.
Yeah. We may be talking a lot of smack, but I would be trying to. So, but, so they were wrong as hell to zoom in on his teeth, though. I just wanted to point that out. They were just wrong as hell.
I mean,
and it was a slow-mo.
Right. They did it several times. I mean, especially after she was talking about the teeth. Then, of course, that's what you're going to focus on because she's been talking about it. And every time he would smile, it's like, here's the camera. And I'm just like, this is so wrong. I feel for him because I do think he is he's an average guy, but an average guy in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a good way. Like, he's the kind you'd marry, you know? Yeah.
So, what I didn't like also is when they were reading the vows or when the pastor reads what the family says about her, saying she's honest and forthright. You know what? Honestly, that might be true. She is very forthright. She tells it how it is. She's very... So I'm going to give it to her. Her face said it all as well because they also said if you don't hear her say it, you can see it in her face, which was also very true. So, technically her family did not lie. The only thing I was shocked about this wedding in particular is that she kissed him on the lips.
I was shocked. I really was.
That threw me for a freaking loop.
I did not expect it. I expected her to do a Mirla kiss me on the cheek type move. I did.
Yeah. And then I started second guessing maybe she's not as
shallow as
but we were proved wrong later on. But let's move on to Katina and Elijah's wedding photos because after the last 2 weddings they skipped into the wedding photos. So the wedding photos for Katina and Elijah, Katina is just so pretty. I said I'm gonna mention that every episode, so I'm just gonna her and Jasmina, both of them. They look good objectively. They just match very well. Like I said in the second episode, I believe, or the first episode, it was just they look good together. She definitely has him wrapped around her finger because she's just that pretty. He is smitten by her. He was showing all his teeth. He did not stop showing his teeth for a solid 10 minutes. But his past, they kept mentioning how he mentioned he was selfish. So it just makes me wonder, what in the world is he going to do in the future?
Now, here's something I was wrong about. And as I saw them at the photo shoot, I was like, wow, she's actually into him.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming. Because, last episode, he was just so cheesy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, she's going to be like, I don't know. It's going to take me a minute to see if I can deal with that aspect of his personality.
Yeah.
But it seems like she's really into him. So I was like, okay, all right, maybe I was wrong about it.
Oh, yeah.
But, I still find him to be very immature. So we shall see. But the photo shoot was cute. I thought they did look really good. He picked her up, and I thought they did well, and you can really see that connection starting to form with the two of them.
Strong sexual connection.
Yes,
very strong. So the next wedding photos were Alyssa and Chris. Well, they were trying to get to know each other during the photo shoot a little bit, and he was like, yeah, I do this and I do that. And then in the camera, she was like, he looks like a real estate agent. Ma'am, is that not his job?
Right, that is.
That don't even make no sense. Like, what?
Okay, so my thing too, though, why did he bring up the disc golf? Look, dude, I get that that's your hobby.
Disc golf is fun.
No, leave it be.
Why? Everybody has a hobby, so why not?
If that was my hobby, I would save that for later.
Not
first impression. That's not a first impression type thing to talk about, But he knows that he did it anyways. Which,
he's most passionate about it, so I can see why he probably brought it up.
And I guess he didn't realize who he was talking to, because she's a very judgmental person. So she's taking notes on all of this and looking for reasons to not like him, really, because she was playing nice. And then the photo shoot. Oh, I'm not going to put my head on him. Come on. She was like, because I wouldn't do that in real life. It's a photo shoot. Everybody does things they wouldn't do in real life. They contort their bodies. They bend. It's like, it's a photo shoot. That's what you do for a picture. But.
And she was saying, she doesn't like being touched and all this other jazz. And her friends even backed it up, saying that she doesn't like being touched. But it made me wonder if he was more attractive. Did she change her mind?
Thank you.
And then also on top of that, why did you come on the show?
Right.
You're going to have to marry a freaking stranger.
And get in the bed.
They're probably going to, they're going to push you guys to want, be close as possible to each other. So it was very weird. But this poor guy, he didn't see the red flags during the photo shoot. He didn't see it. I will
continue to say it. Why? Why Lifetime? Why did you choose her? I'm sure many more candidates in Boston that would have been more deserving.
They were on the unmatchables. I'm like, somebody matched with him. Right. It definitely was not her.
And Chris, you would have thought it would be so easy to find a match for him, right? Because he's not picky, he's regular, he's just a dude that wants a wife, easy. And you choose this, but moving on.
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out Lifetime's agenda, because something ain't right. The math ain't mathing.
No, it seems like they always. I know they need the drama, and man, I just wish they wouldn't do it in that manner. To choose people like her, that's I don't want to be touched, and I'm so picky, and I'm so particular, and it's too much. It's like you're not really here to marry a stranger. You need somebody that you personally chose.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So the last photo session that we saw was Steve and Noi. It was very great chemistry. They were both very family oriented. It was short, so there's really not much to say about it. So do you have any thoughts on it?
I don't. I agree with you. It was super short. I think they look good together, though.
Yeah,
I will say that. I think they look really cute together. I hope they work out. Their families look cute together. I like, that, she was chit-chatting it up with his parents and things like that. And her parents seemed to like him as well. And I thought the photo shoot was pretty nice.
So now we're going to jump into the receptions. Now, all of the couples have gotten married officially. So now we're going to jump into Katina and Elijah One's reception. So Katina seemed to have a very positive outlook overall, and then the physical attraction was hella strong because she was talking about his body. She said she wanted to see all his tats. You can tell that her friends were into him because they were giggling a lot too. So as far as looks go, it looks like everybody is happy in that department.
Did he give her a lap dance? I
He
think
did.
I saw him
He did give her a
front
lap
of her
dance.
mama.
He did give her a lap
A
dance.
stranger in front of her mama.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took off his shirt. Well, he
Right.
lifted it up, and
Right.
they panned over to Mama, and her face was not it. Now, it could be editing once again, but I think that was very much real time.
I do too.
That had to be real time.
To me, that was an immature move. I will say it over and over. I think this dude is immature. I think he's shallow. I think really the best he has to offer is his looks, right? And I think he knows that. That's why he puts him front and center. That's why we've seen so many shots of him with his shirt off. Is he gets it. You know, his looks and his body is his main attribute, which is sad. You know what I mean? Hey, go for it. I mean, if I had that body, I would do it too. But, you know, if that's your only thing that you have to offer, then, yeah, you know, he's given a little too much of it. It really makes me think that's all he has to offer.
Yeah. And at the reception, he straight up asked her, can she cook? I would have been so offended.
Right.
Like, why are you asking? Can you cook?
Right.
Can you cook?
Exactly.
And he was like, well, how are we going to survive? I mean, we got to learn how to cook. Well, take some cooking classes together if both of y'all can't cook. That was just
always
weird.
deli meat. Y'all will survive. Well, how did you survive before you married me? That's my question.
Exactly.
You know?
His mama probably cooked for him. My mama. I go over to the house.
I thought it was hilarious when her friends was asking her about what would be happening later in the night.
Oh, yeah. Of course, his friends are nosy. I'm nosy with my friends as well. Y'all know I tell all my business.
I thought it was hilarious, yeah. Talking about he go, dive under or something, I don't know.
Yeah. It seemed like both of them were eager and willing. So
she says she's going to wait, though. We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see.
He seems like the type that'll peer pressure a lot, though.
Right.
Hopefully she doesn't fall into it and sticks to her guns.
No, she gonna fall into it. I don't think it's gonna take much for her to do it either. I really I think she's very attracted to him, and she's a grown woman. Hey, if you want to do that, you know.
So Elijah Wan, sorry, I keep saying his name wrong. I should just say Elijah. Elijah Wan had the chance to talk to his mother-in-law, and Lifetime decided to do the same thing he did when he first married Katina. So this time they decided to put the mother-in-law's picture in the middle and Elijah Wan's picture of him talking in different videos that surrounded the mom's picture. Once again, he is known as the talker, and I just thought it was so funny.
It's hilarious.
It was too good.
Lifetime. I mean, hands down, y'all did that.
It was so
I always
crazy.
find that hilarious.
Yeah.
And it was probably a 2-minute conversation. Did she say there was a monkey behind you and get up and leave?
No, she said, "Oh, was that a bunny? Or
bunny.
like a rabbit or something?"
Yeah, to get away from him. Was that what it was? So he would turn his head and she could leave?
I don't know.
To distract him because
I
his
don't know.
attention span is... I think she was like, he got a short attention span. Maybe if I direct him somewhere else, I can just slide away from here. But yeah, that was funny.
But the last thing I did want to mention for sure for the reception of those two were his friends, and they were trying to downplay his childish tendencies.
They were.
And
after
I
they've
hated
been
that.
talking it up on all the other episodes. And then when they
Exactly.
get in front of her, he's, you just have to be patient with him.
Yeah. No, you're a grown man.
But that's what friends do, right? Speaking of friends, I mean, we'll get into them later. Somebody else's friends, but go ahead.
But yeah, he has a lot of childish tendencies according to his friends, but they made it seem as if, you just got to be patient with him and everything will be all right. Basically, if he has a tantrum, you need to put up with it and eventually everything will be okay. And that's just not it. So it makes me feel like he'll challenge her at some point and they're going to have a blowout. Like any argument these two have, it's going to be a big one. It's not like small petty arguments. It's going to be... It's going to turn into something bigger than it actually is every single time. So that is my thought on that.
You think it'll be any table flipping? Like old girl from last season?
Oh, no. I don't think any of them are that... Look. She was something else.
We won't have no table flipping. All right. Who do we have next?
So now we have Steve and Noi's reception. Once again, it wasn't that long. It seems like Lifetime is making sure to do them least because they're the Let's be honest, they're a little boring.
I mean, that slow dance they had was really awkward.
It was very awkward.
Aye.
So either they both can't dance, or they had cold feet and they didn't know how to dance in front of people. But they're so cute together. They're actually very cute.
And I like that his sister-in-law, Steve's sister-in-law, was getting
cried.
emotional.
Yeah.
I was like, they really look at him as their little brother, and it's sweet. I loved it. Anything else about Steve? Oh, the reception.
This is the reception. So she has a lot of faith in him because he did tell her that he had no job.
Mm-hmm. He did. So, he went ahead and put that out up front. I love that.
Which is great.
Yes, get that elephant out of the room.
But that also tells me he probably has a plan in motion. So that made me not think of him as negatively as I used to. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, he's being upfront about it. Mm-hmm. He probably has a plan. And I think the field that he's in, he could probably get a job easily.
I don't know.
It's a tech field, right?
But he's a salesman in the tech field.
There's a lot of people.
I don't know. If he was a programmer, yes, I'd be like, no worries. He's a salesman, though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe.
That's kind of that ship is sailed. Let's talk about the brother, though.
Okay. So Noi's brother, he had a very awkward conversation with Steve, asking him if they were going to do anything that night. And honestly, hearing it from your girlfriends is one thing, but hearing it from a family member, especially a family member that's the opposite sex of the person you meet,
right?
It's so weird.
Yeah,
it's so weird. And then not only that, he kept nudging it. Steve was like, I'm going to be respectful, and he was like, "Well, you guys are married now. Shut up,
right?
Shut up."
That's creepy. That's very creepy.
It was so
for a little brother to. Big brother, I don't know what, but brother. That's very creepy for a brother to do that.
Oh man, he rubbed me the wrong way. Mm-hmm. So let's move into Lindsay and Mark's reception. Another very, very, very short reception. Like it was, they didn't show much of them.
I was gonna say I don't even really remember that reception.
I mean, I have a few notes. Lindsay, she just sounds drunk all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's how she actually talks or if she was actually tipsy. I don't know.
She was tipsy. Come on now.
I mean, well. Wedding day, we're celebrating, so I mean it makes sense to be tipsy, but she just sounds like she's lost half the time. But she does love life, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Mark has a calming factor, so maybe he'll be able to bring her down a notch or a little bit, kind of be like, hey, sometimes you don't need to be what do you call it when someone, I don't know,
extra?
You don't have to be extra, and we don't have to do word vomit. And a word vomit is basically saying whatever the hell comes to your mind and not caring. That's a word vomit. I'm like an Urban Dictionary. But also Mark looks scared a lot of the times. I don't know if that's just how his eyes are, but when he be looking at me,
I know. I thought it was, he really is into family though, because he doesn't have siblings. So, I think that's really cool that he's, reaching out to her dad and her brother to try to get that closeness. But I don't think she's the one. I don't, but
we'll have to see. Maybe somebody will put her in her place, and I don't think it'll be Mark.
Right, I don't either.
She's gonna have a clash with someone else. Mm-hmm. So Alyssa and Chris's reception. Alyssa makes me itch.
Oh, okay. Yes. But my thing about that whole reception, my biggest thing was Chris. Mm-hmm. If those are your friends, you do not need enemies. Like, who does that? Who does that? For those of y'all that didn't see it or hear it, or, you may even disagree with me. I mean, they gave her all his worst attributes. If I'm with somebody, me and my girls hanging out at the club, and they meet a guy, and then the guy asks me, hey, how is she? I'm not going to give all her worst. Yeah. He need to find that out himself. I'm going to give all the great things. They were just giving out all his worst attributes. And I was just like, that's crappy. Because I know for me, for one, if I met a dude and then his friends caught me in the corner and gave me out his worst attributes, I'm paying my bill and slipping out of there.
Yeah. This was a really good case of dramatic irony where the viewers, the audience, we kind of knew everything that's been said. And we kind of knew how people were. So for them to tell her that, we knew as the audience she was going to hang on to that. Mm-hmm. They didn't really know that because they don't know her.
Right.
So she legit held on to everything that they said, saying that he was, what did they say? He was condescending?
Condescending, yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
They said he was condescending. And when
and
you
that
hear
he doesn't mean to be. Like, he's just trying to teach you things. And I was just like, ugh.
So basically, you're going to mansplain everything to me? Is that what I'm hearing?
Right.
You son of a...
And she didn't want to even take the chance to get to know if that is his true personality. She just took their word for it and was like, yep, I'm out. I'm checking out.
Yeah. So Chris did have a chance to talk with her mom. Mm-hmm. And the mom seems to like Chris. Mm-hmm. And I think the mom lied when she said that, oh, yeah, my daughter, she said she liked you. Mm-hmm. Unless the daughter was lying.
Mm-hmm. And then poor Chris talking to Alyssa's friends and them fake ones. I'm gonna just call them ones. I'm not gonna call them what I want to call them. The fake ones.
What do you mean fake?
She likes you.
She likes you a lot.
Right? She just doesn't want you to touch her. So yeah.
Oh my god, their voices.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing with those friends. Not great people. She's not great people. I'm not a fan of the cowboy boots with the dress in the pickup truck to pick you up after the wedding. But I'm going to assume that was on her, that she chose that. I don't think Chris would have chosen that, but I'm guessing that was on her. Yeah,
she just made it very clear that she wasn't interested. She was enjoying that reception though. They kept cutting to her in slow-mo, dancing and having fun. So the last reception is Jasmina and Michael. Theirs was very short as well.
It was short. I loved when the sisters pulled Jasmina off to the side and explained to them about the mom and gave her the breast cancer pin. I thought that was sweet, very emotional. And that was their way of letting her know that we love you and you are a part of us now. So I really liked that. I really did.
I did too. I think that was literally probably one of the best moments, heartwarming moments in the entire episode. That, them wanting to make sure she felt welcome and things of that nature. So
I like that Chris was, not Chris, Michael was dancing and whatnot. I was like, okay, he's got a cool side. I wasn't sure. First coming in, he was talking about being a lone wolf and things like that. So I was kind of thinking he would be way more reserved and she would have to pull him out of his shell. Yeah. But yeah, wrong. Because he's out of his shell. He was having a good time. I like to see that side of him. I think that's going to work out well for the both of them. Now, are we going to talk about...
We can get into the honeymoon suite. We can do quickly and then we can put it down on the couple we want to think about. The two couples. Sorry, the two couples. So let's get the other ones out the way. So Jasmina and Michael, they seemed very comfortable when they went to bed. So we're going to keep it at that. Steve and Noi also seemed very comfortable.
Wait. Jasmina had her wrap on her head, though. She was extra comfortable because even me, look, it's going to take about 3 or 4 months before a man see me with my hair.
It took me about 2 months before my boyfriend saw me with my natural hair. I was like, okay, let me whip this off real quick. I got my hair wrapped up. You can come on over. Yeah, so it was very nice. But she took off all her makeup. Jasmine is just so darn pretty.
She's pretty and just naturally pretty. Like she's just got a natural beauty. So I love to see that she's that comfortable with herself. That she's like, hey, this is who I am. This is what we do. Yeah. I'm trying to keep this hair right, so I'm about to wrap it up tonight before we get in bed. I like that they, I think they were cuddling, or they talked about cuddling maybe or something like that.
Yeah, they cuddled. They cuddled at the end.
I like that, yeah.
Lindsay and Mark also cuddled at the end. There was really nothing crazy about it.
I wonder if she even went to sleep, though. Right, like she laid down in the limo going home back to the room, but man, that girl, she just has too much energy.
I think she was worn out by the end.
Okay,
I think
she's
she was
like
very
Energizer Bunny.
She even drank water instead of that champagne when they got there.
Wow,
so she's. Okay. Yeah. I think she was done.
Like a toddler, it's like, did she wear herself out yet? Yeah. Okay, all right. Next,
Steve and Noi, they were super cute. There wasn't really much going on.
Yeah, I thought it was cute when she put her glasses on and she was just kind of like, hey, and my nerd look. But she's super cute with her glasses too. So I thought
there was nothing crazy in that one.
No.
Yeah, Steve got a tat on his chest.
I didn't see that.
I was like, ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm coming around to Steve.
I am too. At first I was like, I'm not really feeling Steve, but I don't know. I kind of like him now.
I do. I'm seeing some attractive
he has attractive qualities.
Yeah, he does.
Sure.
Yeah, he
Absolutely.
does. He does. So yeah.
All right. Katina and Elijah. Go ahead, take it away.
I don't know who else saw them dirty draws he had on. But yes, he had on some dirty drawers. I'm thinking, okay, it's your wedding night, and then you're gonna jump across the bed in some dirty drawers. I mean, all on his side hip too, for everybody to see. It would have been okay if they were on the other side, but it was on the side with the camera.
Yeah, rewatch that episode when he climbed into that bed and he was laying on his stomach. You will see some big ass stains.
Yeah, I had to freeze my TV. I rewinded and froze it because I was just like, wait, did I just see that, or is that a smudge on my TV?
And that sure as hell ain't no grape juice. So, very off-putting.
His family does call him Tootie though, so
yeah, so that was interesting. They did cuddle up as well. I think they got a few smooches in, and he also changed his drawers.
He did change his drawers. And I do think they slept together. We shall see on the next episode, but I believe they went ahead and consummated that thing.
But they like to lie when people ask.
Of course they do. Yeah. Some people tell the truth.
And
she seemed like she'll tell the truth. Him especially.
He gonna tell his business.
Neither one of them seem like they're hiding anything, that they have very open families, so they don't have to be I have to pretend to be holy or wholesome on TV so it doesn't offend my family. It seemed like both of their families are very, open and, realistic about things.
So for the last honeymoon suite, it was Alyssa and Chris, and this one took a kind of dark turn. Alyssa made a comment. Well, she was in a different room with a producer while Chris was sitting outside, and she was telling the producer that she didn't feel comfortable sleeping with him. She said she wasn't attracted to. She was like, they didn't give me any of the characteristics that I asked for. It's very clear they didn't give me what I wanted. So she was being a brat, talking about the way he looked, and then saying she felt uncomfortable. He said something in the elevator. What did he say?
I'm Alyssa's side piece.
I'm Alyssa's side piece. Now that does not warrant for a freak out. I'm gonna be freaking honest. It doesn't even seem inappropriate. It sounded like he was just joking. And so I think she was looking for something to in this marriage, or looking for something to be like, okay, they were wrong. He's an awful person. I just don't feel comfortable with him. It was a hot mess.
And she had already said before that everybody that she had dated didn't have one thing that she was interested in. So they must have had something for you to go on the date with them. But then, like I said, she's a super picky person, and she expects whomever comes into her life to be Mr. Perfect. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I will say, okay, I'm going to rewind really quickly to one thing. I am a super fan of Jasmina's. I mean, this is episode 3. And for me, I think this girl is a unicorn, right? I am a super fan, and Jasmina, don't make me look like a fool. I think she's super funny, down to earth, and open. I think she has all the best qualities so far that we've seen. So yeah, I like her a lot. But yeah, Alyssa, personally, send her home now. Just send her home. And I hate that for people that go on this show to find true love, like Chris, and then like last season with Paige, or a couple of seasons ago with Paige, and then they end up with somebody like that, and it doesn't even get out the gate, right? You just, like, first night or second night, it's already over. Hey, look, go pick somebody else, send her home, and put somebody else in her spot. Let's redo that wedding and keep it moving. Don't put her on the honeymoon. Don't give her that tree tip. She does not
deserve.
You can already see that she's not going to come around. She, like you said, she's a brat. So
yeah, and they tried to hype her up, saying, yeah, she'll give some food to a homeless person and yada yada yada. I feel like she does. I don't think she does it genuinely. I don't think she genuinely cares. She may think that she's above people, and she was like, let me help this poor person out because I'm above you. That's the kind of aura that I'm getting. Not because she's a kind-hearted person, because if she was kind, she wouldn't be so judgmental of a person that she just met. Something is off with this woman, and usually after any season, y'all be finding all these other skeletons in these closets, and it'd be crazy. I mean, there's some true keyboard warriors that watch this show.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn into one as well, because I know she got some dirt. I know she do. I know she do. I know a lot of these people do. But that was pretty much episode 3. It was very loaded. It was very packed with a lot of emotions, positive emotions, negative emotions. And I feel like the honeymoon is where a lot of big stuff is going to happen, because usually the honeymoon is where things start falling apart. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited for the next episode. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't. It was a good episode, much better than episode 2.
All right, so we are going to be signing off. Thanks for listening to Sip and Tell with M and L. This is L signing off.
Bye. This is Mo.
Bye.